Hey, my name is Liam and this is my hobby room. Getting into Gunpla can be a little overwhelming, when in theory all you have to do is go down to your local hobby shop, pick up a kit and a pair of nippers and start building. Sometimes you get there and see a wall like this, swimming in color, crazy graphics, and a bunch of bizarre words that don't make any sense, like Master Grade 1-100 Full Armor Double Zeta Gundam. What the hell does that mean? Well, guess what? After this video, you'll know. You'll know. You'll know it all. In this video, I'm going to provide some basic information for those interested in getting into the hobby to help them pick out their first kit and start building. But before we get into all the nitty-gritties of the scales and the grades and all that stuff, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because if you even have a passing interest in Gunpla, you're going to like it here. I promise. Or your money back. Now, Gundam plastic models, or Gunpla, are model kits of mobile suits from the franchise Mobile Suit Gundam. Now, within the franchise and all its different series, there's one recurring theme, and that's that 18-meter mechanized suits of armor called mobile suits dominate the battlefield. With little exception, mobile suits are just advanced military hardware, the combination of tank, fighter jet, battleship, and soldier. Mobile suits are usually controlled by a single pilot, and there's a lot of in-universe justification as to why the mobile suits are necessary, but that varies from series to series. Wait a minute, I thought they were called Gundams. Excuse me, can you not interrupt? I worked really hard on this PowerPoint presentation, so if you do have questions, just put them down in the comment section below. Thank you! In most series, Gundam is a classification given to a prototype or experimental high-performance mobile suit. It's usually made out of a special material and can outperform many of the other mobile suits of its era. Typically, but not always, Gundam mobile suits have the following aesthetics: 2 eyes, a mohawk main camera, a mouthguard with chin, and the famous V-shaped antenna called a V-fin. Fun fact! Gundam model kits actually saved the whole franchise after their introduction in the 80s, and nowadays Gunpla are mainly categorized in 3 different ways, and that's scale, grade, and series. For instance, the most popular Gunpla kit scales are 1-144 scale, 1-100, and 1-60 scale. There are others, but those are the most available. Now, all Gunpla, except for the original 80s releases, are molded in color and snapped together without the use of cement, so that also means painting is optional. Grade is a term applied to a model kit to classify its complexity, not necessarily its difficulty. For instance, the most popular Gunpla grades are high grade, real grade, master grade, and perfect grade. Did you get all that? Again, there are others, but those are the ones that get the most attention. High grades, abbreviated as HG, are fairly simple, typically 1-144 scale model kits that pack detail and articulation into a roughly 6-inch size. Depending on the size of the mobile suit. There are some that are bigger and some that are smaller, just like people, man. Just like us. Wow. For many years, this has been the most affordable grade once you factor in variety, size, articulation, and general ease of assembly. There are so many high grades to choose from that it can make you dizzy. While molded in color, most high grades are not completely 100% color accurate, though they usually come with stickers and marking decals that you can apply if you wish, or you can paint those areas. Or a combination. The world of Gunpla is your oyster. Master grades, or MG, are much more complex model kits that come in a 1-100 scale. They typically come with an inner frame for added stability and detail. The parts themselves have more detail than their HG counterparts and usually have better color separation and little to no stickers. Sometimes they come with unique marking stickers and decals as well. These kits are very popular among collectors for all of those reasons. They look great without paint, but I recommend you get into painting, because it's a lot of fun. Now, real grades, or RG kits, take all the detail and complexity of a master grade kit and shrink it down into the size of a high grade, that's 1-144 scale. They feature much more and sharper detail, a higher parts count, and the added complexity of an inner frame. While they look gorgeous, simply snapped together out of the box, or OOB, there's a lot of terminology. Their complexity and very small parts make them a little daunting for new builders. Finally, perfect grades, or PG. Do you like these acronyms? The Gunpla world is full of acronyms. PG kits are in 1/60 scale, so they're quite large, typically over 14 to 17 inches in height. These are similar to master grades, but just more. What the PG line lacks in variety, it makes up for in hyper detail. Due to the sheer amount of plastic and size, the PG kits tend to be very expensive and are not advised for first-time builders, though, I mean, it's not hard, there's just more of it. So take it slow if this is your first time kit. If for some reason you decide dropping $300 to $500 on a hobby you don't know if you're really gonna be into or not is a good idea, that's on you, buddy, that's all you. But you know what? I support you, and I like the cut of your jib. Now recently the entry grade line has cropped up, and at the time of this video there's only one kit in that line, and that's the RX-78-2 Gundam, the original Gundam, affectionately called the Granddaddy Gundam. I think the entry grade line is the best place to start for someone who's never built a model kit before. Though if you do have some passing familiarity with the Gundam series, Gunpla, or just assembling a model kit in general, I'd recommend starting with the high grade line. I mean, just based on variety alone, there's so many different designs to pick from. For HGUC kits, since the line started in the 90s, some of the earlier kits lack some of the engineering and the funky details and such of the newer releases. If it's your first build, you'll probably be more satisfied with one of the number 100 or up releases, just because it will give you a more complete out-of-box build with less need for stickers, detailing, painting, whatever. That doesn't mean the older kits are bad. In a lot of instances, they can actually be more affordable. However, the newer kits have better details, better joints, better articulation, and usually better color separation. Usually. Then there comes the series that mobile suit belongs to. Mobile Suit Gundam is a huge franchise with a very storied history. Within the franchise, there are different universes that the different animated movies, series, novels, and manga, and that one live-action movie we don't really talk about, take place in. You can think of these as separate continuities or alternate universes. Multiple series can be set in a single universe, while another universe might only have one series, or a live-action movie we don't talk about. One of the most popular universes is that of the main Gundam timeline. That's the Universal Century. The high-grade kits that belong to UC are called HGUC, and they have a nice gold band down the side so you can always tell which are which. Other popular timelines are Cosmic Era, which Gundam Seed takes place in, and the Post-Disaster Era, which the series Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans takes place in, which you can watch on Netflix. Okay, now don't at me about this, is that a thing people still say? Don't at me about this. Yes, there are minutia here and there, but the only thing that really matters about selecting any kit to build is whether or not you like the design. However, some kits aren't the best vehicle for getting into the hobby. Some people say certain model kits aren't good, which I think is bullhickey, codswallop, hoopla, stink talk. The only thing standing between a bad model kit and a great finished result is your skill level and the quality of the materials, just like any hobby. Experience will give you better results, and since there's no right or wrong way to build Gunpla, you can enjoy the hobby at any skill level, anytime. And the more you do it, the better you'll become. And that's a Liam's Hobby Room guarantee. Yeah, you can take that check to the bank. Now below I'm going to list some helpful internet resources that you can use to help you select your kits or research what a kit looks like or what it comes with. Websites like Dalong.net or Schizophonics blog are extremely useful for anyone getting into buying Gunpla. While all you technically need to get started building Gunpla is a kit that you like and a pair of nippers, there are other tools that can come in handy, so I'll put up a link here to a video that can help you with picking out some basic tools and supplies. Well, now you have it. A whole bunch of information you can use to alienate your friends and family over Thanksgiving dinner. Now you're just as socially ruined as I am. Welcome to the club, isn't it fun? If you're finishing this video thinking, wow, that Liam guy sure said a lot of words, don't worry about it. While a lot of my points in this video, I think, are really helpful for people getting into the hobby or looking to build Gunpla for the first time, they also kind of skirt around the most important issue which I hinted at just a few seconds ago. Just buy a pair of nippers and buy a model kit that looks cool and start building. If you're a Gunpla fan, let me know down in the comments what your first Gunpla kit was, because I want to help inspire other people to get into this hobby and give them a good entry point to building their first kit and enjoying the process of building and, hopefully, painting. And hey, If you got any questions about the hobby, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's pretty much all Gunpla all the time. I don't know where that voice came from, I'm sorry. Pretty much. And tutorials, I do those too. And other stuff. Anyways, that's all for now. I hope to see you guys next time with your first kits on Liam's Hobby Room.